total war zone. Explosions everywhere. We're getting behind this sand dune here. You know, I was taking a little time to reflect on this 7-front war and all that we've been through, the friends we've lost, and this war is still continuing. And these hostages are being released. And I got to write a book. Let me tell you what. And I just wanted to encourage you to also check out my podcast, the Real Israel Podcast. I'm doing it on my personal page, and I just came from a house of someone whose brother was massacred in the Nova festival there in the desert in the south, and just hearing the heartache. And anyway, check it out, the Real Israel Podcast with me, your host Chaim Mailspin. Look what's going on in the world now that Trump's in. Things are being signed so fast. He designated the Houthis as a terror group. Wow, you know, of course they are. It's just he's doing things that all of us know are obvious, but he's doing it. He's getting it done. And we're still dealing with terror. Terror attacks are occurring in Judea and Samaria all the time. It's surging, really. And that's why you've heard of the Operation Iron Wall, major IDF effort to squash the terror that's going on, targeting the infrastructure of the terrorists in Jenin that are embedding themselves in there. And there's some regular raids, regular strikes. Israel's committed to security, and we're doing our best. That's why I'm still in uniform right now, just so you know. And there's a lot on the border of Syria to watch out for. The Lebanon border, the ceasefires is ending, but Israel's not going to be leaving Lebanon, right? Northern Command Major General says Hezbollah is violating the ceasefire, and the Lebanese army is helping them do it. So is it going to end, or is it going to continue? Members of the Foreign Affairs and Security Committee received a security review of the northern front with Uri Gordon, and he presented that they could easily regroup, and that is what we got to watch out for. So keep our eyes on the ball with the Houthis. They said they're still going to shoot our ships, but maybe not all the Western ships, but ours. Army representatives emphasized to the committee that they are going to continue to have closed-door discussions for when the ceasefire with Lebanon draws to an end with these Hezbollah terrorists. And then you look at Witkoff, Steve Witkoff. He's really a mover and a shaker, you know, in Trump's administration. And so he says that, you know, we are going to see to it that all the hostages are released. You know, he's going to work together with us to make sure that happens, not just the few that are here in this deal. And so I'm just amazed that he's saying, you know, what happened in a former administration won't happen now, because as we're talking right now, as we're speaking, there's an opportunity that could be happening of normalization with Saudi Arabia. It's something that needs to happen. It's something that the enemy didn't want to happen. That's one of the reasons why they did the massacre. They don't want to see peace come to the Middle East. Okay, and the Abraham Accords is something amazing, and I want to see it continue. And I believe that for this hopeful moment to happen, we have to be strong. Israel must be strong and squash the violence, squash the terror, and not be weak. We have peace through strength. And the Abraham Accords, which highlighting Qatar and Saudi Arabia, and just continuing the Bahrain, you know, continuing what began. And you know, there's still talk about a Palestinian state. Would the PLO, you know, Arafat's successors, would they run this Palestinian state? There's a lot to pray about, and it's a time to be vigilant and alert. Psalms 98 comes to my mind. Look at verse 1 through 3. Oh, sing to the Lord a new song. He has done marvelous things. His right hand, his holy arm has gotten him the victory. The Lord has made known his salvation, his righteousness, and openly showed in the sight of all the nations. Okay, he has remembered his mercy and his truth towards the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. But I love that beginning one. His holy arm has gotten him the victory. In the end of the day, this is God's land, God's chosen people, and the light will dispel the darkness. Thank you, Joshua Aaron, for coming and encouraging me as a Galilean, fellow Galilean. Some of us go through some tough times. God bless you.
Thank you for carrying your shepherd staff and keeping us safe and going into harm's way to keep this land safe. And it's just an honor to be with my bro, Chaim, whenever I can. And just to honor those that have fallen on October 7th.
Yes.
And to never forget and never again. So thank you all. Yeah, thank you all for standing with Israel.
Favor, protection.
Chaim, praying over Chaim, praying over my son who's in combat as well. We just appreciate all your prayers.
And one thing is this might sound cliche, but the more that you share a video it really gets the word out. There's so much darkness. There's billions of deceived people.
Yeah.
The more that people can share, that is a mitzvah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
do it.
I love you.
Blessings,
Blessings,
brother.
everybody. Love you, brother.